This next game was part of the Halloween theme this year, and it's a remake of a PlayStation 1 game that I've never played, and a lot of people on the internet didn't like this game, and they thought it was kind of a cash grab and lame, and there was no reason for it, but I had a really good time with it, and I enjoyed it a lot, and my daughter played about halfway through it and watched me play the other half, and that's MediEvil on the PS4. So MediEvil, in case you don't know, it's kind of like a hack and slash 3D action game. I think the PS1 original came out in like 1998. And so I was excited about this. I picked it up on clearance at Walmart, I think for $5. So no matter what happened with this one, I was going to get my money's worth. And like I said, I had a great time with it. But I don't know if this is true. When I popped this game in my PS4, it downloaded a gigantic patch. And I looked online and people were saying that the game is maybe unplayable at all without the patch. Like the disc is programmed to make you download a patch. And I saw a couple people that said that like if they disconnected their PlayStation 4 from the internet and turned off their Wi-Fi adapter and all that, that they were able to get the game to boot. I didn't check that, but I hate that idea that it's not playable without internet access. That's a real gaming sin to me. But the game itself, excluding that, was a lot of fun. You play as Daniel Fortescue, who is this knight that was vanquished by the very first arrow fired during this ancient battle when everyone in the land was trying to overthrow this evil sorcerer. But people didn't know that he was like the first one to fall in the battle, and he's been hailed as this great hero for like a century or something. Anyway, the evil sorcerer has come back, and Daniel Fortescue has been resurrected as a skeleton to try to amend his premature death in the old battle and really become the true hero he was supposed to be. It's kind of a funny idea, and it's a little bit of a twist at the beginning, and I was happy to see it. It made me laugh. But the gameplay is really fun. It's very PlayStation 1 era style. It's like I said, it's a third-person hack and slash. The controls are a little slippery and kind of janky, but the game is mostly mindless button mashing. And it's a bit of a collect-a-thon. You're kind of exploring these levels, trying to find keys and weapons and items and gold to power up your character. And you have to explore to find secret areas and kill like a certain set number of enemies or do some other objective during the game to find these chalices, and you turn the chalices in between the levels to get new weapons and upgrade your character. And it's actually kind of fun. I really actually enjoyed this. I hate collect-a-thons. I especially hate 3D collect-a-thons. I know a lot of you guys out there would crucify me for that, but they are not my jam. But this game was able to mitigate a lot of my hate through wise gameplay and cool level design. And when I first started playing this game, I was kind of having a hard time with it. I was kind of getting my butt handed to me, especially when I ended up down in this ant colony, and I had like one hit point, and if anyone hit me, I just died immediately, and I couldn't find a checkpoint or any healing items, and I was super frustrated. And I looked online, and everybody's like, "Oh man, this game's super easy. It's way easy. The charge attack really makes this game a walkthrough, or the charge attack really makes this game a walk in the park." And I was like, charge attack? I didn't even know you could like charge up your attacks. I was like trying to kill these ants by hitting them like 5 times with a regular sword swing, and I was just trading damage with them and dying instantly. But it turns out if you do a charge attack, you just walk in and like ground slam the whole area and kill all the ants. So that made the game a lot more fun. And as you can see from the gameplay, the game has like a charming, cartoony, almost like Tim Burton style with the same kind of whimsical orchestral music to fit. And it's really amazing. The music in this is amazing, and I think that the aesthetic overall of the game is really cool and fun, and the perfect game to play for Halloween. And, you know, like I said, the things that I think mitigated a lot of that frustration you have in collect-a-thons is that the levels are pretty small and rather quick in this. And there's a lot of good, decent humor that really keeps you entertained, and even like some levels that sort of reach outside the genre. There's one that's almost like a Smash TV inspired level with zombies, and it's a lot of fun. And there's a decent challenge here. You know, it's not just a walkthrough. I keep saying walk through. I mean walk in the park. You know, there's a decent enough challenge there for your average gamer. But some of the things that like kind of bring the game down is that the movement is too fast and a little too slippery. I felt like I had a hard time controlling the character, and sometimes the camera, of course, can get in your way and make it difficult. And one of the things that's really frustrating that a lot of people, modern reviewers, didn't like about it is that there are no checkpoints in this game. So like if you die during a level, you start from the beginning. And some of them are pretty involved. They involve you running around and backtracking through the level multiple times as you find switches and secret rooms and things like that. And there were some levels that I had to play through like 4 or 5 times. One of them I got stuck on, and the game let me go to it early, and it turns out I didn't have the item to like progress. And so I died multiple times, and I get to the end of it, and then I can't even finish the level because there's an item in another level I didn't know I needed. And that was a little frustrating. But in general, this was a really good game. You know, it was a lot of fun, and it has a really good sense of charm, although it is brought down by a few little technical issues. I did have the game crash on me when I was fighting the final boss, when I tried to like open the inventory, which is annoying. And you know, having to replay some of the levels entirely because there are no checkpoints can be a little frustrating, but it's still a great little game, and I would recommend it to basically any video gamer, especially around Halloween. So I got it beaten, and my little girl, she got a little frustrated. She's only 8, but she was able to make it fairly far in the game too. So I think that there's some fun there to be had for the kids and the grown-ups as well. MediEvil was a good game. I enjoyed it. I haven't played the PS1 version, and this one I thought was really good. This is probably the definitive way to play it, I guess, as long as you have the internet. I don't know about the patch sort of situation, but that's a little disconcerting. I don't like that. I think you should be able to pop the games in and just play them without having to download a patch. But MediEvil, once again, we've had a lot of those today. It's an 8 out of 10. It's a great game. It's been a great gaming session. Like 8 out of 10s almost across the board.